Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. And today we're here for the weekly Oracle card reading for August 28th, 2022. And this is the last reading we have this month. It is so crazy to think that we're almost entering September, which is the very beginning of fall, which happens to be one of my favorite seasons. Especially the older I get, I am a little less in tune with extreme temperatures like we've had this year, whether it be hot or cold. So I'm really looking forward to that. Right now, as I've mentioned in the last video, a lot of us are noticing that time is really speeding up. And it's becoming more apparent for more of us this coming week. A lot of us are noticing that as we're getting busier, with different projects, different business endeavors, even personal things, just running around, doing things, getting things done, time seems to be speeding up even more so. And this is a good time to really prioritize what's most important in your life right now. I had a really interesting conversation with a good friend of mine today, and he's kind of in a dilemma as to what things to let go of and what things to focus on. Of course, when one is going through that, we should always trust our intuition. What serves us, what brings us joy when we're doing whatever it is, what actually adds value to our lives and to those around us. If there are things that we're in autopilot with, it's very natural and normal to be an autopilot with a lot of routines that we set in place for ourselves or different daily tasks that we do to keep things running. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is good to take stock of things every once in a while, especially right now in the Virgo energy. Because if there's certain things that we're doing autopilot, but we're not really getting any value out of, it's really time to say goodbye to that. Whether it's transitioning it into something else that better serves us, or to totally have closure on that one thing. It could be something really, really simple as changing up your routine or letting go of some income streams that are not providing fruit for you and your way of living. Or it could be a relationship that no longer serves you. It doesn't have to be even an angry situation. It can just be that you're growing apart and going your separate ways. So you may part ways permanently with love for one another, but just know that life goes on sometimes. So it could be a variety of different things. You'll know what resonates for you, of course, but it's really good to take stock of these things as we go into the fall and into the hibernation of winter. We're really in a faster pace of our lives right now. We're really embarking on different endeavors, really starting to understand different aspects of ourselves that we might not have been aware of before, and that can be good or bad. And when we take stock of these things, we'll notice how much we've also accomplished and how much we have achieved and how much further we have to go. So it's really interesting because we can celebrate the wins, we can celebrate who we've become, how we've grown, and how we've expanded in our awareness, but also take stock of what we need to work on, what we can no longer avoid and really need to transmute, or changes that we put off that we've just really been wanting to make. It's a very profound week as we go into this new moon in Virgo. The 27th does mark that new moon. It will be very potent, so definitely, as always, take care of yourself, hydrate, get enough rest, be very aware of what's going on in the world, but also limit the intake of mainstream media or news or what have you. That way you protect your own energy as well. So as we get into the reading, I hope you guys all have a beautiful week and keep shining your light out there. We all need the light that you can offer. So let's get into it. So as we get into it, it's going to be a 3-card draw as always. I'm going to shuffle the cards and we'll see what this week brings. Okay, these are the 3 cards that popped out. And might I say, there's going to be some deep messages, I can tell. There's nature's signs, purity, and stargazing. Oh boy, I can feel the energy in these cards. Let's get into it. The first card is Nature's Signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. And this is so true. And a lot of us are very familiar with this in one way or another. It's interesting that there's so many signs that the universe will send us that we don't always notice. Or we're so busy in our fast-paced lives that we become numb to the magic of the world. When we go out for a walk, we always tend to feel better. The sun replenishes our soul. The vitamin D helps us physically and energetically. And we really get back into our own alignment as we ground ourselves in the present moment. In all of this, there's usually signs that the universe will put in our path, especially if we're worried about something or have been praying on something. It'll give signs that we're supported by our spirit guides or angels, that they're nearby, or even the fairies. And it's really interesting to think of the signs that we tend to overlook. Or we may not trust our intuition that it is a sign. We just think, oh, we're just making that up in our minds, or that's too coincidental. And we dismiss the sign that really is for us. So this is a gentle reminder to be a little bit more open to the signs the universe is trying to show us. It may not always be in the form that we expect it to be or hope it to be, but it is a sign nevertheless. Sometimes it can be a serendipitous moment, or it can even be one of those signs that you often hear about, like a feather or a coin. Some people find numbers as their signs, as their synchronicities. Or it could be something that you feel so resonant in your heart, like a message or a connection with a friend or family member, or even a kind stranger that you cross paths with. Remember, don't look too hard for these signs. Don't go out in nature expecting to find a sign and hunting around for it. It doesn't work like that. It has to work naturally. The universe will match our vibration. Always remember that. So if we're looking too hard, we go into that resistant energy. The universe will match that. And again, it's not because the universe is trying to punish us. It's just how it works. It doesn't mean we'll get a sign every single time we go out. But sometimes it's just a reminder, feeling that connection with the earth, with Gaia, with the universe, and just knowing that we are here for a bigger purpose other than just a daily grind. The second card is purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Okay, so maybe you've had a question that's really been on your mind this week, and that really hasn't been answered. You are told to look within your heart. Any of us can do this, no matter what walk of life we're from. The ego mind always has 20 million questions, is always second-guessing us, a lot of negative self-talk if we don't control it. And it really can get in the way of our intuition. And a lot of us really struggle with this, me included at times. It's really important to tap into our heart space, especially these coming next few weeks. We may not trust our intuition that much, may not trust our heart because we think, well, what if it's the wrong answer? What if it's not what I'm supposed to be doing? But while the mind has a lot of different solutions and a lot of different questions, the heart will tell you right away what is the correct answer. We just have to listen. It's like the first card. We just have to be open to it and really listen to what is being shown to us. So you may do a meditation or a prayer. Focus on your heart space. Visualize a light around your heart and really tune in, and you will see the answer there. When you clear your thoughts enough to get past all those burning questions in your mind and all the obstacles the ego tries to throw at you, because it's always in survival mode, the heart will shed some light on a challenging situation that you've been dealing with, or just an answer to a burning question you have. Most likely you already know the answer to this situation. You just might have let yourself get in the way. And we tend to do that. There's a couple of situations I've been praying on and meditating on lately, and I already knew the answers. My heart already told me. But, of course, my mind is like a hamster wheel. It just keeps going round and round, saying, well, what if that, and what if this happens? And it's a major what if. When we don't control our thoughts and our mind a little bit, it can really get away from us. Always trust your heart. Trust your intuition. The answer lies within. And the last card is stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself very focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. There's a common theme in all these cards this week, as you might have noticed. Nature and trusting your intuition. Some of you might have not been out stargazing literally for quite some time. You might not have taken time to look at the moon when it's shining its brilliance in the sky. Or maybe you just kind of miss camping and doing something like that. This is a week to do it. It's a time to really tap in and get away from the daily grind and really reconnect. When it comes to stargazing is basically a nature's way of illuminating something in your life. Now, this can be good or bad. It can be a situation that you're feeling stuck in, and it shines some light as to what the reality of that situation is. Or it could be something that illuminates the beauty within you and something that you're a part of. And it really reminds us that we're all part of something even bigger in this world. We're all here in the school of life. We're all here to learn different lessons, share in different joys, feel the love and the connection between each other. And remember that we're all part of Source, Universe, God, what have you. So as you gaze upon the stars, allow the universe to co-create with you and bring you the answers that you're looking for. So those are the cards for this week. What profound messages. And it was almost hard to say the messages because they're all so similar. It's basically one big message. Get out in nature, reconnect with yourself, and co-create with the universe, whatever version that is for you. Remember who you are and keep learning, growing your awareness, and make sure your energy tank is full so you can serve others as well as yourself. There's a lot of little lessons in here, a lot of little messages, so whatever resonates for you, and discard the rest. I really love that this whole reading was nature-based. It kind of reminded me that I need to get back to my volunteering. I've been so busy with the business, I really haven't had time to volunteer at the community farm. But this is starting to make me think I need to get back to that. So, thank you, universe, for that message. So, which card resonated for you the most this time around? Let me know in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. I always love to know which cards resonated for people and see what similarities and synchronicities come about through those conversations. Always keep an eye on my community tab. I always have different posts on there, as well as different announcements about the channel or videos. And sometimes I showcase other videos and do little anecdotes as well. It's kind of a mini version of my Instagram on the community tab for those of you who are not on social media. Also, if you like these kind of videos, please click like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And I do want to thank you all for helping me achieve the 1,000 subscriber mark that I was working for. There will be a special video coming out for that. But in the meantime, thank you, and you humble me with your support and love. And you definitely have my support back in turn. So until the next week, I hope you guys all have a beautiful one. Keep going for your dreams, and always, always remember you are enough. Until the next time, to know yourself is to know your truth. Namaste. And as the weed whackers and lovely tools outside keep going, thank you very much. Now back to the reading. fucking do this thing now. Thank you. God damn. And of course, as I try to do this reading, we got more weed whackers and lawnmowers outside. I'm so excited, and I'm losing my voice as well. Oh, yay. I just love my life.